Good afternoon, guys. Happy lunch hour. It's still Sunday. It's a gorgeous day in Tennessee, and it's a good time to get out and do some work. And hopefully, for most of the rest of the country, I think it's supposed to be pretty today. So maybe you can get out in the yard and do some stuff. Now, I did the video, a week or so ago about things to use for cardboard, and it seems a lot of you guys found that helpful. So I thought I'd do this one as to another resource that's free that has a ton of uses. Pellets. Okay. Do you guys have pellets? Maybe not necessarily a stack of them. I mean, I've got probably 20 of them here. I understand not everybody has the space to save pellets, but you can get them and use them and turn them into preps. And that's kind of what I wanted to go into, is things that you can use. Now, I'll give you this. Here's a little fact maybe most of you don't know. Nearly 75% of the wood that is harvested each year in the United States and Canada is used to make pellets, not to build houses and anything else. It's to make pellets. We use, just in the United States, 1.9 billion pellets a year. Pellets don't last forever. You just saw a piece break off, okay? Eventually they don't work. Making them is an $11.5 billion industry that is participated in by about 3,000 countries nationwide. Okay? Just making pellets. Each pellet that you get is worth somewhere between $4 and $12. There's a huge market for recycled pellets as well. You've probably seen businesses where you can go get them. It's a great side gig if you can find a place that is trying to get rid of pellets, and you just go pick them up and you can turn around and sell them. Okay, it's a good side gig if you're looking for something to do. You got a truck and a trailer, there you go. You can make some prep money. Okay, but why should we save them? There's the big thing. Well, I'm going to give you this. In SHTF, or if we go through another pandemic where wood prices went through the roof, dimensional lumber is going to be non-existent or prohibitively expensive. And I guarantee you are going to need to build things in an SHTF situation. Now, unless you plan on going and getting out your chainsaw mill and milling down trees and everything, save yourself a little work and just get the pellet wood. You can get them now, disassemble them, and save the lumber. I've got plenty of that as well. Okay. So what can you do with them? All right. I want to show you 10 ideas for a prepper to use pellets. Things that we can do. Some are fun, some are very practical. So let's take a ride around and I will show you what I'm talking about. Okay, first use, but this comes with the disclaimer that you need to know for any pellets that you're ever going to use. They'll all be stamped, and I mean whether it's oak, maple, pine, whatever they're using as wood, it'll be stamped as to how it was processed. You only want to use ones that are stamped either HT, which means heat treated, or KD, which means kiln dried. Never, ever, ever use one that is stamped MB. That is chemically treated with methyl bromide. You certainly don't want to use that anywhere you're going to touch, okay? You don't want the chemicals around. So first one, okay, kiln dried, heat treated. What do you always need for a fire? Dry wood to start it, right? Sticks or whatever would be. There's no moisture in this, and you are going to get scraps that break off. Throw them in the fire pit. Okay, done. Bigger planks that are split or bad that you're not going to be able to use too much of them. There is a start for getting a fire started. Okay, perfect wood to do it with. Let's move on. Just a sidebar real quick. When you're looking for the markings, the HT or KD or whatever it is on your pellets, if you can find one that is stamped such as this, you get bonus points. All right, on to number 2. In the garden, okay? Pallets are awesome for making compost bins. Okay, real simple. All you gotta do is nail them together, and you can put a top on it if you want. You can put a front on it if you want, but making compost bins is great. A third idea that you can use for baking pallets is a potting bench. Now, you guys all get on me every time I'm doing something on the kitchen table or something, and I can do it in the garage now, but y'all know when you're putting seedlings in or transplanting or whatever, you're getting dirt all over the place. Take a pallet, cut one in half lengthwise, put the two sides together, put some legs on it out of another pallet, and you have yourself a real cheap potting bench that if the dirt falls, the dirt goes on the ground. So there's a third idea. Let's move on to number 4. 4, you guys have seen these before. These are my carrot boxes. My carrots are doing well, as you can see, but that is all made from pallets and scrap 2x4, and you can use the rails underneath for the 2x4 or something like that. So now a planter box, something that you can make a raised bed out of. Doesn't have to be square either. I mean, pallets are 48 by 40, which makes real easy 2-foot boxes. But if you look over here, I have also, you can see it there in the center. Let's see if I can blow it up. Maybe. There you go. I've also made some nice flower planter boxes for the backyard. Real simple. Just had to cut an angle on them. Okay. But there's a way that you can get a raised bed if your soil sucks like it does here in Tennessee. Number 5, let's say you have some livestock on your homestead or whatever. You can make excellent chicken nesting boxes out of pellets, again, for free. Okay, there's an idea. If you want to collect those eggs, they need somewhere to nest. Make yourself a little box, 6-inch high pellet, 4-inch high pellet, great. Stick a little straw in there, poof. Instant chicken nest. You want to take the whole pellets and you have small animals, even your dog if you need to. If you're trying to raise, I don't know, goats or something like that, you can line up a whole bunch of pellets and make a corral out of it for free. There's another way that you can use pellets. All right. I'm going to move on and show you a couple other things here. How about furniture? That cabinet is made entirely out of pallets. Biscuit joined the boards together and built a cabinet. Yes, I built this cabinet. Okay, I understand that that might be a little bit beyond some people's skills, but it ain't that difficult. But there's a great place for us to store canned food and canning jars. Other ideas for furniture. You can make chairs out of them. You can make a couch out of them. You can make a bed out of them. I mean, very simply, think of this. In an SHTF situation, you are going to have multiple people at whatever piece of property you have. And whether it's your house, whether it's your bug out location, you're going to want to have something to sit on, you know, like a normal person, not just sitting on the ground. You're going to want to eat somewhere where you're sitting. Make a table. Many things that you can do out of pellets in regards to furniture that you can make. Numbers 8, 9, and 10 are very much prepper oriented, okay, as what you can do with pellets. Number 8, you can build some sort of fence, some sort of barricade, you know, make it look dragon's teeth, put pickets on an angle or whatever, a privacy screen. Okay, you think, what the hell do I need a privacy screen for? If you're showering outside, I don't think you want to show the family jewels to the rest of your mag or whatever it would be. You might, I don't know, that's up to you. But if you're looking at sleeping quarters in a house, and let's say now all of a sudden you have your house and you have 12 people living there, chances are you're sharing bedrooms. A privacy screen splitting off a bedroom might be somewhat of a good idea. You know, we all still will like a little bit of our personal space and have a little bit of humility. So, okay. Number 9, here's a real good one. Remember building tree houses when you were a kid? Okay, let's think about that skill and maybe in a SHTF situation. You can use pellets to build a deer blind. You could use pellets to build an observation post up in a tree, okay, where you can look out, see better than you can from ground level. Everybody's like, oh, I'll just go on the roof of my house. Great. Let's go quarter of a mile down the road. You want an OP over there so you can see who's coming in. You're not going to see that from the top of your house. Build something like that. Now you've got the material that's somewhat dimensional wood, and you can build a sturdy observation post. Last one, number 10. You want to prevent foot traffic, vehicle traffic from whatever. Pellets, the slats on a pallet make excellent boards that you can drive some nails through, put them in the grass, put them on the road. Pellet wood, one slat, very lightweight, thin, hard, put it through. You want to prevent cars from coming through? Lay that out on the road. You want to prevent people from getting into the house? Lay it under a window. Think Charles Bronson in one of the Death Wish movies where the kid jumped in the movie or in the window and put his feet right on a bunch of nails. I mean, these are things we need to think about, guys. We need to be very, very resourceful in the materials that we stockpile. You don't have to have a stack of pellets like that. Sure. If you get access to a couple of them, Home Depot drops something off, Lowe's drops something off, whatever it is, get out there with a pellet jack or a reciprocating saw, take them apart and store the wood. It's free material, again, that could be very, very useful. Has many use. I mean, there's hundreds of other things you can do. I mean, you want to mirror frames and all, pretty stuff. I'm thinking more practical stuff. But there's 10 ideas just for you for a practical use of what you can do with pellet wood. Get a chance this week and find a couple extra pellets, stockpile them, see if you can make something. Have a good one. Pinball out.